What's going on, everybody? Spunky Nights 91 coming, guys, another video. Come at you guys from my Eagles Cowboys Week 1 2025 preview. Football is back, baby. Football is back. I'm very excited, man. Can't wait, man. I'm super pumped. I know you guys are as well. Yeah, baby. Super Bowl champions, defending Super Bowl champions. First game of the 2025 NFL regular season. Eagles hosting a familiar foe, Dallas Cowboys at home. Super Bowl banner being lowered in front of the home crowd. Doesn't get much better than that. Does not get much better than that. Going to this game, we got big news when it comes to the Cowboys. Of course, Michael Parsons getting traded to the Green Bay Packers. So the big loss to Dallas Cowboys defense, of course, Michael Parsons is no longer a member of the Cowboys. We will see him later on this season. We do play the Packers this season, so we will see him down the road. But going to this game, man, it's always the same thing. The formula never changes. It starts with the trenches, starts with the big man up front. Gotta get that pass rush going early, very early. We have to get to Dak Prescott. We cannot let Dak Prescott get too comfortable in that pocket. This guy has, in the past, has had a lot of success against our defenses, because we lack good coverage in the secondary. We lack good coverage at the linebacker core, and our pass rush just was not, could not get there enough to cover up the weaknesses in our secondary. Well, going to this year, secondary is no longer an issue for the Eagles. Now the Eagles have a very formidable secondary. I feel pretty good overall that our secondary is gonna show up and they're gonna ball out. I have very good confidence in these linebackers, led by, of course, Zach Bond and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. and Nakobe Dean. I feel very good about that. Of course, Jahad Campbell, get him out of the draft as well. I feel pretty good overall about our defense. But like I said, it starts with the trenches, big men up front. Of course, guys like Jalen Campbell, Jordan Davis. Those guys, they have Jalen Hunt. Those guys, they have to set the tone early, and they have to get the pressure on Dak Prescott. When it comes to the Cowboys' running game, their running game really doesn't scare me all that much, if I'm being honest. Obviously, former Eagle Miles Sanders is now a member of the Dallas Cowboys. Now running back for the Dallas Cowboys. We take away that run game and we force Dak Prescott to have to put the ball in the air. He like I say, he had in the past he had a lot of success against our defense, particularly the secondary, when we had a weak secondary, a weak linebacker core. But I feel pretty good overall. We addressed those problems. Obviously, won the Super Bowl with a much improved secondary last year, and I think the secondary is just going to get better. Linebacker core is just going to get better. But take away that running game, force Dak Prescott to have to go in the air. Of course, at wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is Dak Prescott's favorite target. They also picked up George Pickens from the Pittsburgh Steelers. He is in a contract year, so he's a guy that's looking to make an impact and improve his when it comes to negotiations next off season. So we definitely have to watch out for those guys. But another guy we need to watch out for is Kevontae Turpin, another wide receiver they have, and they also have Jalen Tolbert as well. When it comes to the tight end position, they have Jake Ferguson, who is a safety blanket. He's become a safety blanket for Dak Prescott. He's one of those guys that Dak loves to go to when he needs a short pass to move the chains. So definitely gotta make sure that he is accounted for at all times. I'm expecting big things for my guys. At linebacker, those guys. Obviously, like I said, D-line has to get that pressure first. But I'm expecting these linebackers to keep up keep up and cover well. Nolan Smith, Jeremiah Trotter, Jahad Campbell, who we drafted this year, Jalen Hunt. Of course, Jalen Carter, who is definitely one of, if not the best defensive tackles in the game. He's gonna get a nice payday this offseason, of course, and he deserves it. Jordan Davis, big man, stopping the run up front. Moro Ujomo, no, he's gonna get more of a lot more snaps this year. You know, he's definitely with Milton Williams now, of course, no longer with us. He's gonna get Moro Ujomo. I expect him to step up. Ogbe Okoronkwo, I expect him as well to step up as well. Offensively, trenches as well. You know, of course, the Eagles suffered a pretty what could have been a pretty devastating injury. Thank goodness that it was nothing too serious, but we are going to be without Landon Dickinson for a while. But next man up mentality. Next man has to step up and do their job. Everybody has to do their job. Get that running game going early. Get the running game going very, very early. Saquon Barkley, of course, coming off of a record-setting year last year. Cover, of course, of NFL Madden. Get that running game going early. That will open up things in the passing game. Play action pass, of course, to Dallas Goedert, Grant Calcaterra at tight end. That will also allow us to stretch the field. A.J. Brown, Jahan Dotson, Jahan Mechie, John Mechie, who we traded for with the Texans this offseason. That will open up, getting that running game going early will open up the play action pass, which will open up more of the passing game for the offense. O-line, definitely make sure that we keeping Jalen Hurts open, keeping him protected, giving him time to go through his progressions, scan the field down, and find the open man. Find the open guy downfield. When it comes to score predictions, I told you guys in my picks video, I was doing the whole reverse psychology last year, but I'm picking the Eagles to win this game. I got the Eagles to win this game by a score of 31-24. Touchdown victory by the Eagles. I can see it, late in the game. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense goes down the field and they get a game-winning touchdown. I can see it very well go that way. We'll see, of course. My heart wants me to say we're going to blow the Cowboys out. But, this is a division rival. On paper, we are by far the better team, but this is a division rival, so I would definitely give them the respect that, we're not going to just go out there and blow them out. I expect the Cowboys to definitely play hard against us. They always do. It's always a, it's normally always a tough battle. Last year, not quite as much, but Dak was not out there, of course. That's why I'm looking forward to seeing, this defense against Dak Prescott. In the past, he had a lot of success, but let's see him go up against this defense now. Everybody got to do their job. Offense, special teams, defense. On special teams, we need Jake Elliott to be efficient. We need him to be consistent, making those extra points, making those field goals when called upon. We need the return game to be efficient as well, setting up the offense in good field position. Pinning, we need to pin the Cowboys offense as far back as possible. So all three sides of the ball have to do their job. They all have to do their job. Like I said, I'm picking the Eagles 31-24. I can see the Eagles running away with this game possibly, but out of respect for the fact that it's an NFC East rival, a team that we have historically usually split the season series against. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a close game until the end, but the Eagles pull it out in the fourth quarter. Yeah, man, Philadelphia, Thursday night football. The NFL season kickoff at home at the Link. It is gonna be a rowdy crowd up there and at the Link, man. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And I love how Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni said that the Eagles will not be on the field when that Super Bowl banner is being lowered. I love that mentality, because what that says is that they have already put last season behind them. They are focused on this upcoming season, this season. They're focused on this season. They put last season behind them. They don't want to get complacent. Feel like, oh well, we won a Super Bowl. Now we can take a now we can just relax. No, Still, no. We want more Lombardi trophies, more and more Lombardi trophies coming to Philadelphia. So I love that mentality. I feel more confident about this team's chances of repeating than I did the 2018 defending Super Bowl champions repeating. I feel a lot better. I feel like Rose did a great job of replacing the guys that we lost in the offseason that we knew we were going to lose. I feel like he did a good job, and I think this team has a very good job. They have a very good chance of possibly repeating. I'm not gonna get that far ahead of myself, but I do feel like that we have a very good football team that can have another great year. But yeah, like I said, big men up front, offensive line, defensive line, those guys they set the tone for the game. Take away that running game. Get that pressure on Dak Prescott. Try to force Dak Prescott to make as many mistakes as possible. Offensive line, get that running game going. Open up those lanes for Saquon Barkley, Shipley as well. When he gets his opportunities out there, definitely open up things for him. Who else? Of course, AJ Dillon, who we picked up this offseason from the Packers, another guy, who would definitely get some opportunities. We have Ben Van Sumeren at fullback. So one of the few teams in the league that actually utilizes the fullback position still. That's been pretty much a lost position in recent years. So get that running game going early. We are a run first team. That will open up things. That will make the Cowboys defense have to respect the run game. And then you can get the passing game going with the play action pass, and then stretch the field with those receivers, But Reed Blankenship, leader on this defense in that secondary. Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, which I'm so high on Quinyon Mitchell. I think he's, if he's not the best corner in the league already, he's definitely a top 5 corner in the league for sure, top 3. I think he's just going to get better and better as time goes on. I am going to be paying close attention to that cornerback number 2 spot. Last year, Quinyon Mitchell's in that spot. Darius Slay, of course, has moved on, went to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that cornerback 2 spot. Quinyon Mitchell got the number 1 spot locked. He got that. I'm fine. I'm very comfortable with him at number 1. Number 2 spot, we'll see how that unfolds tomorrow night and as the season progresses. But I think I pretty much said it all here. Not really a whole lot more to say. I got the Eagles winning 31-24. I can see the Eagles running away because on paper we are the better team. But I'm not gonna say that we're gonna blow them out, because ultimately, this is our division rival, a team that is familiar with us. We're familiar with them. We hate them. They hate us. You know how it go. So I expect a close game here. But of course, I'm going with my Birds to win this game. Start off the season 1-0 and move on to week 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Not a whole lot more for me to say, guys. It feels great to be back. I took a break away from this video making thing, after the draft, because I do that every year, because really usually not a whole lot to say around that time period, and also just focus on life in general outside of football, because there is life outside of football. But now that football's back, so am I. Let's go Birds. Let's go out there and beat those Cowboys. Start off our season on the right note. Start off 1-0, and begin our Super Bowl, our title defending journey. Let's start off on the right path, in the right note. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. As always, go Birds. Spunky Nice 91 is out of here. Fly go fly. Peace.
To victory. folks.